Good morning, welcome back everyone. Say hi Elvis. Okay, go back to bed. Okay, so welcome back, and we're going to be looking at college application websites and really how do you find the college applications, what do you do, etc. So I'm going to give you some application websites. Obviously, if you're looking at the California schools, you're going to be using the UC application, and you're going to go to universityofcalifornia.edu. And for the Cal State system, their website is csumentor.edu. You can also look up colleges and universities from the College Board website and click on the link to the college if you can't seem to find it. But many colleges today are on the Common Application. The Common Application, I believe, now has over 400 colleges and universities that you can apply to. So really it means filling out one application and being able to click boxes to submit it to a number of schools. So you may be able to get away with just filling out, sort of one or two or three applications if you're really smart about sort of where you're applying. This is a sample of colleges that are on the Common Application. I took this directly from their website. You can see, Vassar College is number 421, and I think the list goes on, but it's getting close to the end. I used to work at Vassar, it's one of my favorites. But if you look at the list here, I'm looking with you, and you've got some Ivy League schools on there, or Ivy League type, such as Duke University. I think there's Harvard. I know Harvard is on here. Is it on my list? Yes. And then you've got Fordham University. You've got Manhattanville College, another one of my favorites. Marist College. These are some of the New York schools. Then you have University of Michigan, University of Miami, University of Southern California, my alma mater. So big schools, small schools, very sort of traditional East Coast quintessential schools. And then you have highly selective schools. So it runs the gamut. So again, I highly recommend going to collegeboard.org to really take a look and see if if this can work for you. Before you begin doing anything in terms of applications, you need a few things. These are my tips. You'll need an email address that is appropriate for college applications. So if you have something, that you don't want college admissions folks reading, I don't know, I always say, something like I'm a playa or something like that, you might want to get a new email address. Parents out there, make sure your kids have appropriate email addresses. You want to try and choose one login and password that you can memorize, and that will be just used for everything college related. You'll start getting a lot of email. So again, even if you don't have an inappropriate email right now, you may want to create an email that's just simple and easy so all of your college emails go just directly to that inbox. You'll need to know your social security number and your date of birth, and you'll need to know your high school code. So where can you find your high school code? You can ask your school counselor. It may also be on your transcript, and as I mentioned in a previous video, you can look it up using the A3G requirement list for your school using the UC doorways. So let's take a look. So I have here ucop.edu/doorways. And so then you click here on A3G course list, and then you click on high schools, and you type in your high school, and you click on your high school. Okay, so this might just be an easy way to find it. It's a 6-digit number, and here it is right here. This CEEB code, I'm not sure actually what that stands for, but that is the 6-digit number that you want for your high school. It's different for every school. So make sure you sort of know this, memorize it right along with your social security number and your date of birth. Okay. So why should you create an account before you're ready with your essays? Once you start going in and creating an account, whether it's with Common Application or with a school itself, that maybe there's a school that you're applying to that only has their own application, or the UC application, you can get started. You can get a lot of the easy stuff done, sort of your name, your address, where you go to school, all those things that sort of are mindless and you can sit in front of a TV and still do that part, that will at least get you going. I think once you get it in your mindset that, you know, this is there and it's sort of sitting and you've started it, I think it's much easier to keep going with something that you've already started. So getting the easy parts done will be helpful. You'll also start getting emails from those schools, and it's also a good idea to let teachers know where you're applying. And once you create an account with Common Application, for example, you start to download the different forms that you need, including the ones for your teachers. And I actually think they even have it now that you can sort of email it to them by creating an account with them. And then also some schools, actually many schools, have sort of extra essays, a little extra short essay that they have that's just for their school. And so you want to know ahead of time what those essay questions are. So if you have an account, you've logged into Common App, you can then go and look at what the supplemental essays or supplemental information is that school is going to need. And they'll tell you sort of school by school what each school needs. I'm not sure if Stanford is on the Common App. I should probably look that up, but I know Stanford, for example, has a lot of little questions, about roommates, about books that you like, things like that. So you want to know what those questions are beforehand, and the only way that you'll really find those out is by sort of clicking around and being curious once you have an account with that school, or with the applications that I've mentioned before, Common App, UC App, CSU. Okay, so now that you have accessed college applications, so we've done a few things. We have figured out what your UC GPA is, UC CSU GPA is. We have figured out if you're UC or CSU eligible, one or both. We have looked at how to research schools, and we have looked at how to find applications. So now that you have done all of that, you know what the deadlines are, and the teachers know what their deadlines are. Now you can begin pondering your essay, and this is really my favorite part. This is sort of why I continue to do this. I love helping people with essays, so stay tuned for the videos about essays. Okay, bye-bye and good luck.